The man had just arrived at his older brother's house, which he hadn't seen in 20 years, when he found his sister-in-law about to hang herself. In a panic, he rushed to save her, but by the time he got to her, she had already stopped breathing. Desperate, he began performing CPR. After a few moments, she finally woke up, but mistook him for her husband. She threw herself into his arms and began crying uncontrollably. It turned out that the local bully had colluded with a few other thugs to set up a gambling scheme. This led to her husband owing over 200,000 yuan in gambling debts. After losing everything, including their house and land, her husband was forced to jump into a well and take his own life. And now, the bully was still trying to bully her. Listening to her story, the man quickly told her that he wasn't her husband but his twin brother. He then reassured her, saying he had come to seek revenge for his brother. Just then, the bully and his men suddenly stormed into the house. The man grabbed a sickle and rushed out, but there were too many of them. Not only did he fail to hurt the bully, but he was also captured. What the bully didn't know was that the man standing in front of him was the chairman of a major corporation. The man and his brother were twins. 20 years ago, both were kidnapped by human traffickers to allow his brother to escape. The older brother risked his life to hold off the traffickers. In the end, the younger brother was rescued safely, but the older brother was sold into trafficking. It wasn't until 20 years later that the man finally found out about his brother's whereabouts. When he learned that his brother was living in Shiha village, he immediately decided to develop the village into a tourism resort. But before he could meet his brother, the bully had forced his brother to jump into the well and end his life. Luckily, a passing villager had saved him. When the man saw his unconscious brother in the hospital, he immediately set out to seek revenge for him. Meanwhile, the mayor, who was waiting for the group's investment, thought the man was going to the village to thank the person who had saved his brother. So he quickly called the village chief, urging him to give the man the highest level of treatment. However, the man arrived at his brother's house alone, where he happened to run into the bully. When the bully saw the man daring to speak back to him, he ordered his men to lock the door, planning to teach the man a lesson. Little did he know, the man calmly declared that he was the richest person in the world, and one phone call could have the bully arrested. The bully didn't believe him and thought the man was just bluffing. He then snatched the man's phone and gold watch, knocked him unconscious, and took the woman away. What the bully didn't realize was that the man's assistant had already arrived with bodyguards.